So I don't know what the hell is wrong with me that I can't remember from one year to the next that back to school is a fucking nightmare. Well, not that it's a nightmare to be back to school. It's just, yeah, you lose all of your routines over the summer. And then, you're like, oh yeah, I can still keep doing all of my great things like, making dinner. And yeah, by the end of the school day and the after school briefings and debriefings that are happening to settle into the school year. As an educator, it's a bit much. I know parents out there are like, please, you get the summer off and yada yada, but no, it's a lot. So all that to say that I had a birthday. I am 56, super loving that. I know I said I was 56 before, but that's only because it's easier for me to round to a number than say, I'll be 56 in like a week because, I'm not 12. So anyways, my daughter gave me these wonderful microphones so that when I'm out and about having bad ideas, I now have the option of of being able to set up my tripod and taping it and having half decent audio to go with my video, which is amazing, right? So off I go to Heather's house. Heather's like, hey, it's a bad idea. I keep bees. I'm inspecting the hives. Why don't you come beekeeping? I'm like, super bad idea. I'm in. And so this set of microphones comes in a set of two, and I gave one to Heather and I gave one to myself, and I never checked where she placed her microphone, and she placed it up too high. For people out there who want to use a microphone, you want to be below your collarbone, because if you are above your collarbone, the audio quality is not great. So lessons were learned. So there's Heather imparting all this amazing beekeeping information. She's talking about the great there's the mythology of it, anyways, it's great quality stuff that only I will ever know what she said, because it sounds like right, is probably really unpleasant for you. Sorry. Yeah, I wonder if I can edit that. Also, the free editing software that I was using and had kind of learned to master because it was super intuitive is no longer available, and so they've redirected me to a different free software, which I'm now. Does anybody know some good editing software that's not super expensive but not necessarily free, that won't make me want to rip my hair out and maybe find a bridge somewhere? Because I have spent hours, wasted hours trying to get this podcast video edited. And between the shitty audio quality of much of it and my introduction has great audio, it's kind of cute, it's super quirky, and I wasn't paying attention to the background, and there is no way I'm posting the backs of cars with license plates on it, because that would be dumb. And yeah, so I've got this great introduction that's not usable. I have editing software that is unusable. And I am trying my very hardest to put together something that is lovely. I tried Vimeo, tried the free trial for Vimeo, and I figured I'll give them half an hour and see how intuitive they are to use. And it turns out that for whatever reason, they weren't letting me download my video clips. I had 20 video clips to upload, and they were only taking the first 15 seconds of 8 of the clips. That's a problem. And so I was like, yeah, Vimeo, go away. And then, so now I'm so I'm taking a break from editing to do this alternate intro to Beekeeping Bad Ideas. And I'm starting to think that podcast, bad idea, like king of the bad ideas, but yeah, I'm a little frustrated right now, but it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I can hire somebody. I can just videotape myself and just like send somebody my raw footage and they can come up with something lovely. Because Vimeo, I was able to do like very quickly. I was able to get some lovely some background music going and stuff, and it looked for a hot minute like this was going to be a winning. I was right. I was even able to edit my video so that I could crop out the license plates and use my original introduction. Yeah, that. But then I was like, "What do you mean it's not uploading all of my?" Anyways, so so that's that. Yeah. So now I'm in Canva, or I'm not in Canva, but I'm trying to see if I can get Canva to help me with this, and yeah, it's a lot. And you know what? It's all because that free software became all of a sudden it was discontinued again. To the 10 subscribers, if you could please, if you make a recommendation of some editing software that I could purchase or get for free, that's not going to make me wish for an early grave, that would be fantastic. And I hope you enjoy my adventures in beekeeping. I'm going to be editing the snot out of it because most of the audio is not usable, but it was a fascinating experience, and it was wonderful to be invited, Heather. So thank you very much for that, and thank you to Matt, Heather's husband, who helped me debug the how to get these new microphones to work. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to my bad-tempered rant, and enjoy the show. You are on, Heather. Tell me what you're doing.
Oh, what I'm doing right now? So I'm lighting my smoker.
Okay.
So
You've
do you know what the
taken up
smoker is for?
smoking?
I've taken up smoking. Do you know what the smoker is for?
I'm going to say, and it's a guess, that you are going to distract the bees.
It's kind of like that. So what the smoke does is it makes them think that there's a fire coming, and so
Okay.
they go down into their hive,
Okay.
which means away from me.
Okay.
And so that's what I want.
Okay.
So that's the Coles Notes version.
Yeah.
So I always want to make sure I have a nice fire going.
Yeah.
It's not done yet.
Okay.
You'll see.
So we are just preparing right now to go out to inspect the hive. So what else are we doing, Heather?
Okay, so we'll be doing a hive inspection. So what that means is I want to check and make sure my queen is there. I might not get to see her today. It's quite possible I won't see her, but I'll see if she's around because she leaves evidence. So I will show you what that looks like when we're there. We are going to be doing a mite check. So right now in Ontario, the biggest problem with beekeeping is that mites are taking out entire colonies. And so I need to make sure that my levels of mites are within a reasonable range. So I have to inspect my hive and see how my mite numbers are. Okay. And then the third thing we're going to do is put on these guys here. They're called bee escapes. And what that is I'm going to be taking off my honey this week. And if I want to have the bees off my honey, I put that on, the bees leave where the honey is and they stay down away from the honey.
Cool.
So it just makes it easier when I go to take the honey.
Now you keep putting things in your smoker. What are you putting in your smoker?
So I started out with egg cartons because they light really easily. And then I've put on top of that, I've put shavings just from my barn. And then on top of that, oh, see, that's nice. On top of that, I'm just going to add some green grass, which just keeps any sparks from popping out the top in the event I give it a bit too much air.
Now, if a spark pops out, you can't burn down your beehive, can you?
No, it's more of a concern of the grass around my hives. So that just keeps the smoke where it should be, and it keeps the ashes at the bottom of the smoker.
So right now Heather has put the veil on me. It goes underneath my arms and then it comes right on top of me like this. What a trip. And now she's put gloves on me and then she's right. Now she's
making sure bees can't get in anywhere.
right.
Just a precaution, that's all.
Hey, anytime, not a lot of girls can wear duct tape, but I gotta say.
Their highway, and we don't want to block their highway and upset them.
Okay.
So you're welcome to the side, to the back.
Yeah.
But just not right in front.
Okay, do not stand in front of.
Whenever something big happens in your life, you're supposed to go and tell the bees, and that ensures that things are going to go well in your life. So you hear how like gentle their hum is?
Yes.
That's a calm hum.
Okay.
Okay, so you wouldn't ever have to worry about hearing that calmness. This is called a flame.
Yeah. Oh. And
okay. So what you were seeing that was gray
it's not
is actually the honey, and this little layer over top is a cap. So this is how I know it's honey. When it's completely capped over like that, that's honey. If it's not capped, it's still nectar.
Okay.
And feel how heavy. Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. Feel how heavy that is, and it's not even full.
Okay. Now, not all of that is honey. Some of it is wax.
Yeah, but the wax is actually shockingly little.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw you posting something about a captured colony. So what is that about?
Okay, so first of all, that swarm is not here. This is my bee yard.
Okay.
It is still on my property, but it's away from these guys because I have to check and make sure that they don't have any diseases that will harm my guys.
Okay.
And while they do still kind of interact out on the flowers, they're not in each other's space.
Right.
So I'm just protecting my colonies until I'm sure. So they had a heavy mite load, which means I need to treat them for mites before I bring them back here. I don't see any evidence of any other diseases. Okay. So we're on our way back. We'll swing by where they are. You can see them, but we won't be opening it up.
So you're...
Hello, friends.
Now I hear them being more loud now.
No.
Okay.
No. Hello, friends. Yeah, there's a lot of there today. Do you want me to bring it closer? Are you nervous?
Nope.
Okay.
Am I filming? Yes, I am. Okay.
So at a guess, this hive has roughly 50,000 bees in it.
Holy shit. Okay, and just to get a closer look at those other two as well.
Yeah, so just don't stand in front there. Just, you can swing around over there. You can go by.
Okay.
Just don't stand there. Yeah, there you go.
There was one rule.
One rule, Madeline, come on.
One rule. Now there's a bad idea, right?
So if you look in this hole right here,
yes,
you can see a larva.
Yes.
So that's another stage of the bee life. Let's see.
That's cool. And the ones that I see with their little butts sticking out of the holes, are they feeding anybody down there, or are they just putting stuff down in the hole, or what are they doing?
They could be eating. They could be feeding. Those guys are not emerging.
Okay.
Sometimes they emerge like that. But so I'm just looking to see, with the sun not out, it's hard to see the eggs. I don't see, because they're so tiny. But I'm seeing a decent amount of larvae and lots of capped brood. So that makes me happy. That makes me think that she's happy and in here.
Now, if you didn't see that, what would you do to fix it?
Well, if I didn't see that, I would first of all do a complete inspection. So I'd pull out every single frame and make sure I don't see her.
Okay.
I have two choices. I can, if there's genuinely no queen,
Yeah.
I can either buy a new one and bring her in, which is usually successful, but not always, or I can force the hive to make their own queen, which is almost always successful, but it doesn't always produce the best quality queen. So typically people just buy one because they know that you're getting a good quality product as opposed to like whatever they make at the last minute.
Right.
So, okay. So we're going to put the bee escape on.
Okay. They are very agitated right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not super happy with us.
Okay.
So I'm going to put this on.
Okay.
And I'm going to go really slowly so that I don't squish anybody.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them on
Yeah,
this side.
if I go slow enough, they will kind of
They will
make their
move.
way out as I gently put it down.
Yeah.
So the thing with this, okay, yeah, come on out. The thing with this is that I'm going to put the honey back on there.
Okay.
And all of the bees that are in the honey, they're called supers, in the honey supers, they will come down through that hole, and then they can't actually get back in through that maze. That's on the other side. So it just makes it so that when I come to take my honey this week, there'll be a few bees in that box, but not like this. Because if I take it like this, I got to get rid of all those before I can take their honey. And you can see they're not going to be super happy about it.
No. So they're going to go down there, like this guy's going right now, and they're going to get stuck in that maze?
Here, I'll show you on an empty one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give them a chance to acclimatize to this as well, because they are some pissed. Heather is just over there. She's taken off her fancy hat. What do you call that, a veil?
A veil.
Yeah, she's taken off her veil because one of the bees had gotten inside the veil.
There we go.
And so right now she's just trying to coax him out, and it's actually kind of cute to watch. It's super hilarious for me. Now that I've said that, I'll probably end up with 10 bees inside my veil, and then it won't be funny at all because it'll be me. But right now it's her, so it's super funny. Also, do you know what I was thinking of when I was getting ready for this, Heather?
What's that?
Do you remember having a sleepover when you're like 13 years old and your parents had just given you access to like their tape recorder, and you were like tape recording yourself at your girlfriend's house, and it was like, and you thought that you were all that? This is me with this recording right now. It's just like, hey, gosh, I hope my mom doesn't make us go to bed at 8 o'clock, you know? Okay, so what do we got here?
Okay, so this is the part that's facing up.
Right? Yep.
So the bees will come in through here.
Yep.
Because they're at night, they're going to want to go down with the rest of the bees.
Okay. Right? To keep warm.
To keep warm, to be all together.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
We're a family.
Right.
So if you look at this side, they come out through this maze.
Yeah.
But they're not smart enough to come back up, climb through, and go back through the maze.
A few of them might.
A few of them might, but on the whole, we're not going to have that much. So, so there's exits here, here, here. Just like in an airplane.
Right. Super cool. Okay. So that's, and are you going to put this one back? No.
I'm not going to put that one on because my queen can't come up there now anyway.
All right.
So I don't need that one right now.
Okay.
And because I'm not going to have honey on once I take that, I'm not going to put that back on for the winter.
Okay.
They will.
Yeah, they're totally coming
out the sides. Yeah, there's gaps, but once I put the honey on, they
are out of control.
They are out of control.
Control your bees.
Come on, friends.
The bees
Let's
go.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So is there a reason, Heather, is there a reason why this is metallic? The top part of it is metallic.
For winter, it adds a little extra insulation, but it also helps melt the snow off initially.
Okay. Speaking of YouTubers, I just want to say hi to my 10 followers.
Hey, I'm one of them. Hi to the 9.
And Heather is one of the, hi to the 9 of you. Here's your classmate, Heather. Okay, so now you've got your half a cup of bees.
Yep.
Sacrificial bees.
My sacrificial bees and a white sheet of paper.
That's it?
That's it.
Man, you're pretty high tech.
I know. So we've let them to kind of sit so that any mites that are on there are going to fall off.
Okay.
Can we actually just angle it that way? Because I'd really rather not pour alcohol on top of my bees.
Yeah.
The living ones,
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Where do you want to go? We
I'm
can
just
go
here.
anywhere.
This
Okay.
is my little workstation.
Sure.
Can you get that?
Yeah.
Okay.